This is Aysha. Today I will be explaining you Cambridge O-Level Economics Chapter 1 Demand. Everyone knows the word demand. When someone is asked what is demand, they tell that when we are demanding a particular product. But in terms of economics, the demand means you should have both the willingness and the ability to purchase the goods or services. The consumer should have both the willingness and the ability of consuming a particular good or service. Willingness, what does it mean? You are wanting to purchase a car like Ferrari car. It is very expensive, but you don't have enough amount in your pocket. So that means you don't have the ability to consume that product. So the demand will not work for that situation. On the other hand, if the person has the ability, have a lot of money to purchase a Ferrari car, expensive car, he has enough amount of money, but he is not willing to purchase that particular car. He is not willing to purchase Ferrari, rather than he is purchasing another car. So demand will also not work for that situation. So it means that the demand is the willingness and the ability of a consumer of purchasing a good or services. Now, what is the meaning of effective demand? Effective demand includes sufficient income, sufficient ability, and sufficient resources. It means that the consumer should have, the individual should have an adequate or enough amount of income to purchase that particular good. If it is expensive, he or she should have enough amount of income and the ability. The ability should be that he or she can purchase that particular product, and the resources. If the resources are available, like if the material is not being created in a particular country, like Ferrari car is not being produced in our country, in Bangladesh, because the materials, the raw materials are not available. So we cannot purchase, we cannot demand for it. So in this situation, the effective demand does not work. Law of demand. What does law of demand tell us? Law of demand tell us a consumer perspective. It shows the relationship, negative relationship between the price and the quantity demanded. Negative means when the price is increasing, the quantity demanded of that particular product is decreasing. And when the price is decreasing, the quantity demanded of the product is increasing. For example, a price of a notebook was 10 taka. So it has been increased from 10 taka to 20 taka. The people will not demand, the people will not purchase more of the notebook. So the quantity demanded will be falling. They will be demanding less of that product. And when the price is automatically decreasing from 10 taka to 5 taka, then the people will be demanding more for the notebook. So quantity demanded will be increasing. And there is a negative relationship between price and the quantity demanded. The law of demand says that. And when there is a negative relationship between price and the quantity demanded, so the demand curve will be moving downward sloping. It will be sloping downward. In this diagram, I have shown that when the price was at P and the Q was at Q, this diagram is representing a negative relationship between price and the quantity demanded of the product. The y-axis shows the price and x-axis shows the quantity demanded. And the downward sloping curve is showing demand curve. So when the price was at P, the quantity was at Q, and the point of the demand curve was at A. So when the price has been increased from P to P1, the quantity demanded has been contracted. Contracted means it is less from Q to Q1. And there was a movement along the demand curve from A to B. So they planned to reduce the prices because the quantity demanded has been decreased. So they reduced the price from P to P2. So quantity demanded has been extended from Q to Q2. So in the demand curve, there was a movement along the demand curve from A to C. It means that when there is a changes in the prices of a particular product, specific product or services, then there will be movement along the demand curve. There will be no shift occurring. It's only a movement along the demand curve. What is a relationship? Relationship can be a positive relationship and a negative relationship. If there is a positive relationship, the demand curve will be moving upward sloping. And when it is a negative relationship, the demand will be moving downward sloping curve. So this diagram will be representing a positive relationship and a negative relationship. So positive means when the price is increasing, still the people are demanding more of it. Like for some of the products, they will demand still. Even if the rice price has been increased, still the people cannot survive with the rice, so they will have to purchase it. They will demand more and more. So it means that the demand is increasing as well as the price is increasing. In that case, the demand curve will be sloping upward. And negative relationship, as I have explained in up, that when there is an increase in the prices, the demand will be falling. So we will be using a downward sloping demand curve. So when the students are drawing a diagram, they should start from the origin. And why does we draw this diagram? We draw demand diagram to show the relationship between the price and the quantity demanded, whether it is a positive or a negative. Now we will come to know about the other factor that is affecting demand other than the prices. When there was a changes in the price of a particular product, there was a movement along the demand curve. But now we will learn shift in the demand curve, how it occurs. The price is the same, price is constant, price is not changing. The notebook price is 10 taka. But other factors are changing. It can be changes in the income, people's income, individuals' income, direct taxation, advertising and price-related product. So when the demand is increasing, we will shift the demand curve. Increase in the demand curve, we will shift the demand curve towards the right. When there is an increase in demand, there will be a rightward shift in the demand curve. And when there is a decrease in the demand, there will be a leftward shift in the demand curve. So it is said that in the diagram, it is explained. When the price is constant, you can see the horizontal line, it is not changing, just the demand curve is shifting. So when the price is same but the other factors are changing, the demand curve is shifting. The demand curve has shifted from D to D1, and the point went from A to B. So as well as the quantity demanded also has been extended from Q to Q1. And when there was a decrease in the demand, so the price is constant, but the other factors are changing. Might be the income of the person is being reduced, so they are demanding less of the product. So it changed from D. So it changed from D to D1. It changed from D to D1. It shifts towards your leftward. When there is a decrease in the demand curve will shift towards left. Now we will be learning about the factors. Number one factor that are affecting the demand other than the price is income. What does income tell us? Income is representing our purchasing power, the power of purchasing. We will be having that power of purchasing that good if we have a particular amount of income of ourselves, individual. And income, if the person has more income, obviously they will be demanding more for the goods. So the demand will be increasing. And when they are having less income, suppose from 100,000, his salary has been decreased from 80,000 or 40,000. So he will be demanding less of the goods. So demand will be decreasing. According to income, there are two types of goods, normal goods and inferior goods. Normal goods. What are normal goods? Normal goods are the goods that are of a high quality product. They are superior branded product and expensive product. Like example is being given over here, Rolex and Apple. It is a high quality product. The nature of the product is a high quality product. It is very branded and expensive. The person who is having a lot of income, they will increase their demand for the normal goods. They will purchase Rolex watch and Apple products. So when there is a increase in the income, the quantity demanded of normal good will be increasing. And again, when the income falls, the quantity demanded of normal good will also fall, which shows an existence of the the existence of a positive relationship between income and the quantity demanded of normal good. What is inferior good? Inferior good are the goods that are of a low quality product. It is not a branded product. It is cheap product. It is necessity. You just need this good for your survival. If you don't have it, you will die. So that is a necessity good. So when the income is increasing, the quantity demanded of inferior good will be falling. When you are purchasing a local rice, when your income is less, when your income is increasing, obviously you will shift from local rice to basmati rice. So when the income is being reduced, the quantity demanded of inferior good will increase again, which means that again your income is being decreasing. So you will again shift from basmati rice to local rice. So it shows a negative relationship in inferior good. When income increases, inferior goods demand will be reducing, and when the income is decreasing, the demand of when the income is decreasing, the demand for inferior goods will increase. That is being written in this paragraph. Okay. Now, second factor that is affecting the demand is direct taxation. What is a direct taxation mean? It is a direct burden that is being given to an individual in the form of income tax, in the form of their income. According to the income, the much they are having income, they are being asked to pay. They are being given the burden to pay that tax to the government. There are also two types of taxation. There are corporation tax, income tax. Corporation tax is being paid on the company's profit. For example, I have given an example of a city school. The director who is owning the school, running the school, if there is a company's profit, the director will be asked to pay the corporation tax, and the teacher that is working in the city school, they will get salary, and from that salary they will be asked to pay the income tax. So when the income tax is increased, the disposable income will be decreasing, which means that disposable income means when the income that is left after deducting all the income tax. Suppose in year 1 you got 100,000 salary, but the government asks you to pay 10% income tax on that 100,000 in 1 year. So which means that you have to deduct 10,000 from your real income. 10,000 from your real income, and it turns to be 90,000. Your disposable income is being reduced. So your purchasing power will also reduce, as well as the demand will also reduce. Here the diagram shows that the price is constant, the price is in a straight position, but the demand curve is shifting from D to D1. The demand is shifting from D to D1 because the taxation has been increased, disposable income is decreasing, purchasing power is also decreasing, so the demand is decreasing. So when there is a decrease in the demand curve, then the demand curve will shift towards the right, towards the left. Prices of related goods. The prices of related goods, which means that substitute goods and a complementary good. Substitute good, which means that there is alternative. You can use, instead of one product, you can go for the other product. Suppose Coke and Pepsi. If you think the Coke is expensive, like it increased the price from 20 to 25 taka, but Pepsi, the competitor, did not change the price. The price is as it is. So the people will go for Pepsi. So they can use the soda. Both are the same soda, but the people will prefer to go to Pepsi because the price is not being reduced. The Coke has increased the prices, so the demand of the Coke will decrease, but the demand of the Pepsi will increase. So it shows a positive relationship in substitute good. When the price of Coke is increasing, the demand for the other product like Pepsi will increase. It shows a positive relationship. On the other hand, what is the meaning of complementary good? Complementary good, which means that we can use that product together, jointly we will use it. The demand will be of both the products. Suppose car and petrol. If you have a car, obviously you will go for a petrol. Without petrol, the car will not run. So you should obviously need petrol. So when the car price is increasing, the quantity demanded of car falls, as well as the demand for the petrol will also fall, which means that it shows a negative relationship. Negative relationship means when the price of one product is increasing, the demand of the another product is decreasing. The arrow shape is not in the same direction. So it is negative relationship in complementary goods. As shown in the diagram, if the price of the Coke, the particular product price is increased, there was a movement along the demand curve. The point has been moved from A to B, and the quantity demanded of Coke has been reduced from Q1 to Q2. But the price of the Pepsi did not change. The price of the Pepsi did not change. It is constant, horizontal line. So the demand of that product is increasing. So it is shifting towards right, D to D1. And on the other hand, this is the diagram of complementary good. When the price of the car is increasing, there was a movement along the demand curve from point A to point B, and the quantity demanded of the car also reduced from Q to Q1. And the price of the petrol is same, it is constant, but there was a decrease in the demand curve. So the demand curve shift from D to D1. It means that it shows a movement and shift in the demand curve. Advertising, which means that when we are branding a product or promoting a product, we use advertising. If there is a lot of advertising, the people will demand more of that good. If the advertising is reduced, the people will demand less of it because they won't know about the product. So advertising can be of two types, informative advertising and a persuasive advertising. What is the meaning of informative advertising? Where you provide information, the feature of the product, awareness, and the government will provide awareness of a particular good like cigarette is not good for health, smoking kills, etc. So you will be aware. If you are conscious about your health, you will not purchase that particular good. So the demand will be falling. The advertising also, they reduce the demand. On the other hand, persuasive advertisement, the company will like to persuade and attract the consumer to purchase the product by using celebrity, so the demand will be increasing. For example, players are being used for promoting vaccination. They are being recovered from the disease, so we will also use the same vaccination because the celebrity is using. So the demand will increase of that particular product.